Oh, we're live coming to you from beautiful downtown southern sunny California. All right. Can't find my glasses, so I've got to use this. Who remember that? Who remembers that children's show where the woman had the big magnifying glass? All right. I am trying to see. All right. Live viewer comments show up. All right. Banners, brand comments, guests, and more. All right, home improvement. Okay, let's put I am trying broadcast info. Okay. I don't know what I just did, y'all. Um, no one's in the chat. Okay. This is an example. Create a banner. What happens if I go here? All right. I'm still figuring this out, everybody. All right. Post comment. Settings broadcast. Let's check out settings, general. Yes. Yes. Yes, see viewers' comments. Sound when yes must no band. Yes, okay. All right. I'm trying to figure this out. Camera, audio, guest, general. Okay. Just videos up for comments and banners. Auto avatars, record a separate. Automatically add share screen videos. All right. So far as I know, I am set up. Okay, who's in the chat? Make a comment. I'm trying to remember how to put a link in the chat. It's been a while since I went live. But if you make a comment, I can see who's here. Comments too. Why am I not seeing it? Okay, Big Tim and God We Trust. How we doing, bro? I'm trying to find how to get you up here on the link. It's been a while since I've gone live, and I'm just barely getting not even used to it. Trying to figure this out. A link. Where do I get the link? Brandon loves Jesus. Glad to see you here, bro. I'm trying to. Did I miss my window for a link? To put a link in the chat at this point. Am I gonna have to start this over and come back with the link to put in the chat? Because I'm thinking that's what I'm going to have to do. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Big Tim. And God will trust, Patriot. Brandon, are you still here? Because I'm thinking I'm going to have to go out and get a link on my way back in that I can post so I can bring someone up here. Yeah, because I'm not sure. This is all new to me, you know, and I was in such a hurry to, you know, go live real quick, you know, so everybody's not just sitting waiting. You're on StreamYard. Yes, I'm on StreamYard. I've got more. I've got mic, camera, guests, and more. So let me try tap on guests. Okay, it says invite guests. All right, I'm going to tap this. Okay, copy to clipboard. Copy. Now what do I do? Okay. I'm copying this. All right. All right. Copy. All right. Now, how do I put this link in the chat? That's what I don't know. Okay, how do I get it in the chat? Settings, layout, post comment. Bam, post comment. All right. Okay, now let's see. Okay, there's the link. All right, you guys, come on up. I put the link in there. And we can talk about, you know, any home improvements that you guys need to do around your house. Any questions about something you've wondered about. And if I don't know, we can figure it out. Okay. Well, come on, you guys. Hit that link so I can bring you up. Yes, no one's in the chat. Okay, I already did that. So, Brandon, it shows you're still here. You can come on up. Click the link, Big Tim. Come on up, and we can get this stream going. Huh, that's weird. Oh, I see. That was my hand on the other side. And check out this lamp I made. Look at this lamp, guys. All natural lamp. That cool or what? Well, I don't see anybody here coming into my guest section. Brother Brandon, can you share it out? Yeah, can you share it out, Brandon? That'd be good. Bam, Brandon says. Good job. All right, well, click on that link. Scroll up and click on that link I put in there. Can you guys scroll up, or do I need to put it back in? Going to see you, Brother Ken. All right, come on in, brother. Good to see you. Okay. Brandon says Jesus, Patriot. Start over, Brother Ken. Yeah, you got it. Yes. And be the first one on the left button. I'll try the list of chat. Other. Okay. I mean on the right. New comments. I'll stay in the chat room. All right. But you still here? It shows 0. There you are. One's in the chat. All right, Big Tim. I had sent you an email the other day. You know, if you want to talk, let me know, and we can talk. God's good. God's all about restoration, you know, healing and all of that. And you know, I believe in covenant marriage. Bible is all about, the Lord's all about covenant marriage, even if it's a mistake or we think it is, or it seems like it is, or if it was. But Brandon shared. All right. Hey, Brandon, you want to come up here, bro? Do I need to put that link back in the chat, or can you scroll up and access that link? I'm thinking you can still access it. Yeah, you should be able to access it. Okay, I see Big Tim is the last one to make a comment. It shows 1 in the chat. I'm not sure. If there's more than that, if it's just you, Tim, or just you, Brandon. I'm assuming it's you, Tim. I'm going to have to set StreamYard up on my Bible study channel, and that's Basic Bible Study 7. I have one short message that I need to do a Bible study on. And that message, that short, is about Peter when the king threw him in prison and was going to kill him. And the church was gathered praying. And while they were praying, God sent an angel to Peter. He was bound by chains, 2 sets of chains. And he was guards there by him and guards at the door. And the angel comes in. The chains fall off of Peter. And him and the angel walk out. Guards are sleeping. And they walk out. The gates open up. And they go walking out. And they walk through the city. Another gate opens up. The angel walks in another direction. Peter goes to the house where everybody was praying, where the church was gathered there, and he knocks on the door, you know, and he's speaking, and this girl comes and hears Peter's voice and goes running back into the house, telling everybody, Peter's at the door, Peter's at the door. She was so excited, she never opened the door. And everybody in there praying's telling her, that's Peter's not there. Peter's not knocking on the door. Now they're praying for Peter, that the Lord will set Peter free, that the Lord would save Peter, right? And God was moving in their behalf. And Peter's knocking on the door, and they're still praying for Peter. And the girl that goes to answer the door hears Peter's voice, knows it's Peter. She doesn't open the door. She goes running back inside the house and tell everybody, hey, Peter's there, Peter's here. And they're telling her, that's not Peter, that's his ghost. You know, you're mad. You're not. No, it can't be Peter. And Peter's still knocking. Hey, let me in, guys. God freed me, you know. And he's still knocking. They finally go, wow, it is Peter. And so there's a good Bible study message in that right there. And so I need to do that message on my Bible study channel. So I need to get StreamYard set up over there. Take the time to do it. I'm just really busy. But I got to take the time to do it. So I don't know if you've seen this. This is normally a piece of firewood that I turned into a lamp. There it is. Cool, isn't that? But I have a few of these I've made actually. But anyways, that's what I need to do on my Bible study channel. So does anybody have any questions about something around their house they fix, or do, or anything like that? Two in the chat. Brandon, are you in the chat? I'm not sure who else is here if you don't comment, unless it's Brandon. Tim says he'll be right back. He had to go do something. But excuse me. I put the link in the chat. Who's in the? Somebody click on that link. Will you scroll up? And don't be bashful, you know. So any questions about anything? Sitting here yawning. Guess I should do some push-ups or something, right? Some jumping jacks. So handstand push-ups. No. Does anybody have any questions? Come on, guys. You're talking. All right, in the chat. Somebody hit that link. Okay. Tell you what, I am going to let's see. Post a comment. Bam. There you go. There's a link. Another link. Whoops, there it is. No takers? Come on. No takers, really? I realize you know, I don't have 20 people in here, but you know, got to start somewhere. Okay. I'm going to have to delete this stream when I get done. No conversation. It's all good, though. I was just trying to go live to, you know, the Lord says, "Where two or more are gathered." You know what I'm saying? Can you finish that verse? Is the question. Well, I appreciate Somebody's sitting here dropping in. I don't know who you are if you don't comment. How you like that custom lamp I made right there? Pretty cool, huh? Piece of firewood. Look at that. Turn it into a lamp. Well, okay, Brandon loves Jesus. What are you saying here, bro? What's the Bible say about toxic relationships? Well, Lord why. They want us to be unequally yoked. Brandon. All right, let me see. Ray Z, how's it going, my friend? Been a while. Ray Z is in Hawaii. Hanging loose, brother. Surf is up. I ever get rich and go to Hawaii, I'm gonna have to let you know I'm coming out. But Brandon had just asked a question about what's the Bible say about toxic relationships. Is it let me see, I can't quite make that out. It is petrified. I was lurking. Well, come up, man. Click that link. Come on, come on, bro. Take the dive and hit that link. But to answer your question there, Brandon, but no, Ray, come on up, man. Hit that link. Like to have you. So, anyways, to answer Brandon's question, the Lord wants us not to be unequally yoked. If you've got somebody in your life that's going to bring you down, then wisdom says, you can't associate too closely if that's the case, if they're going to bring you down, if they're going to influence you in a bad way or a wrong way, then don't go around them, So it just depends on you and where you're at. And the Lord, the Lord will lead you. Be convicted. You won't feel right. You won't be comfortable. You won't have peace about being involved, being around, hanging out with this person. It doesn't mean you can't pray for them. Doesn't mean that you can't, it depends on how they affect you, and you want to be wise, and you got to be wise. But Jesus loved the unlovable. Jesus was, he took fishermen in, and fishermen came to know the Lord. God's girl creation. Come on up here, God's girl creation. It would be a pleasure. Everybody's afraid to come up on my panel. I don't know why. Brandon says, hi, Ray Z. Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome there, Brandon. We could talk, more about that even, like one-on-one kind of thing, as well. So Ray Z, you have any questions about home improvement or something you're wanting to do around your place, or you know, whatever. God's Girl Creation. I put a link in the chat. You want to scroll up and come on in here. And so what do you Ira Z? I was looking. Oh, Big Tim and Cross. Boo! I'm back. I'm getting ready for some work projects done, brother kid. Maybe next time. Listening now. All right. No problem there, God's Girl Creation. I do understand. Well, shoot, Ira Z, come on up, man. It'd be a pleasure. Can you see me now? All right, I can do this. I can do this just because I enjoy life, because Jesus makes the difference. But let's see, what else are you saying there, God's Girl Creation? Bless you, brother, Big Tim. Tim and God will trust Patriot. The big eyes you got, Grandma. Trying to get it right. I've never tried this before. This is the first. It's not working like I'm wanting it to. uh, I thought it was going to make my eye like really big, but it's not working. Though you can see all the wrinkles pretty good, though. All right, I'm going to quit clowning. I've never tried that. I just happen to have this so I can read the screen, you know. But what is your best tool? My best tool? That's a good question. I have several best tools because they're key tools. What I mean by key, you know, they're major tools that I use on a regular basis for a lot of different things, like my Sawzall, my DeWalt Sawzall. That's got some torque. It has speed. It takes a licking and keeps ticking. I mean, it's a workhorse. The Sawzall is a standalone, all-around good tool for cutting. You know, it has the different blades, cut metal, cut nails, cut, you know, whatever you're needing it to cut, basically, with the right blade on it. My DeWalt 12-inch slide compound miter saw, so the blade will turn at an angle and cut, and then it will. You can do like a double-sided cut, a double compound cut. Okay. The head will turn, and it'll turn this way, right, left and right this way, and then the head will come down and turn at left or right angle and come in here and cut when you need it to. When I was doing custom staircases, that was the tool you needed. That made life a whole lot easier, especially on doing custom handrails on those radius staircases, you know. Doing trim, putting on baseboard, crown molding, you know, things like that. A chop saw works pretty good, but you're limited on the chop saw because of the cut. You can only cut so deep on a chop saw, where with that slide saw, you can just cut right through it, you know, up to like 12, 13, 14 inches, which makes that amazing. Okay, Big Tim, bro, if you want to talk, you've got my email, hit me up. And I gave you my phone number. Feel free to call me if you need to talk. All right. I'm here for you, bro. So good night. Thanks for being here. Okay, my DeWalt leaf blower. Yeah, the leaf blower, man. Those are good. You know, you need to blow up. You need to blow off some sawdust or leaves or whatever. Um, definitely, definitely. Some of them have a reverse where that's like a vacuum too. You know. Well, God bless you, bro, and good night to you, there, Big Tim. Keep looking up, bro. Remember, with Jesus, there's always a way, always, and God is able. That's why there's always a way. So, all right. Now, well, thank you, Tim, if you're still here saying I'm funny. I'm trying to be funny. I was having fun goofing around, you know? Um, so, and then I guess my drill, my DeWalt cordless drill, you know, again, I use it all the time. I have a Milwaukee 1/2 inch corded power drill. It's 1/2 inch drive. It's got a 1/2 inch. You know, it'll take a 1/2 inch on the bit section, and you can put a socket extender. You know, it's big enough to take that if you need to use it for a driver. And then it's got all kinds of torque and power. This Milwaukee a corded 1/2 inch drive drill. So I'm saying it's hard to say as a you know all-in-one tool. There really isn't. They has, like I said, the tools I've mentioned, they're all top-notch, and they're all very needed for the specific job they're designed to do. The DeWalt 12-inch slide, that's great for cutting, like I say, for trim, 2x4s for cutting compound miters and cuts when you need a double angle. You know, you need an angle cut left or right. You need an angle coming down, you know, on top. So you get this compound cut. You get an angle cut in two different directions. And so that saw is designed very well. And before, with just the chop saw, you'd have to cut as far as you could with the chop saw. Then you'd have to take your jigsaw and finish off the cut with the jigsaw. Now, if you were cutting like a 45 or a 15-degree angle, you'd cut that through as far as you could with your chop saw. Then you'd have to take your table on your jigsaw and turn it at that same angle, and then finish that cut off, that cut to cut your material all the way through at that angle with the jigsaw. So with that compound miter or that slide saw, it does all of that for you, and you don't need the jigsaw to finish your cut. So it's a lot faster and more accurate. Although with a lot of practice, you know, you can take a jigsaw and do whatever you want with it. With a lot of practice, you get familiar with that tool and how you have to hold it. And with the motor in there running, you got to kind of put a little twist on the wrist as you're working that jigsaw to keep it to go straight, because it wants to pull you at an angle because of the way the motor's running. And it has a slight pull to the side, which makes the saw cut at an angle and not straight. So you just kind of twist the wrist and push it, and it will keep it going straight. But that's what you learn after using a jigsaw for a long time. So again, you know, the jigsaw, you know, again, is another standalone tool for certain things. So it's hard to, there isn't just one tool that does it all, unfortunately, you know. But that's a good question, Irazy. Am I pronouncing your name right? Is my Craftsman tool rubbish now? I don't know. Is it? I can't see it. I can't see that tool at all. But no, Irazy, I don't know if it's rubbish. It'll blow rubbish away. A bunch of rubbish. Oh, share bright light. I'm sorry. I just now seen you, my sister. You want to come up here, Angie? Nobody's taken me up on my link. I put my link in twice. It's like everybody's afraid. They wanna hide behind closed doors or something, you know? But I raise he could come up. Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I misread your question there. I raise your blower's rubbish now. You've used it a lot. You've had it for many years. And hey, Kenneth, come up here on this panel with me. I can't get anybody to come up here. Oh, and your family's asleep, so you can't come up here. Well, thank you for being here. Say hi to Ray Z. Ray Z is hanging loose out there in Hawaii. You know, surf is up. And our Sears is obsolete now. Yeah, online. You can still get them online. Now, if they're having to ship things in, or if they don't ship things from Sears out there, that may be a problem. But Sears is still online. There's still a few stores around. But they're disappearing here in America. Here in California. That's for sure. But you can still get a lot of stuff online. Like Lowe's. I don't know if you have Lowe's out there in Hawaii. I'm assuming you do. They're carrying a lot of the Craftsman tools. I guess they bought them out or whatever. Bought their licensing. I'm not sure what they did, but they're carrying Craftsman tools. I don't know about leaf blowers and things like that, but the Rigid vacuum has a built-in leaf motor. The motor just attaches. You can untach it. It has a handle and a cord, and then you got your vacuum hose becomes your blower hose. I have one. It's called the 2-in-1. A rigid wet and dry vac. It's all set up to be a leaf blower. You just take the motor out. It's got a handle you carry, and it works really nice. I did a review on it on my channel. Man, it's been a few years ago now, a year and a half or something. I did a review showing the Rigid 2-in-1 wet and dry vac. It's set up to be a leaf blower. The motor just pops right out, and it works like a charm. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Supposedly, I haven't checked into it, but Lowe's supposed to carry over that warranty with the Sears tools, supposedly, but I haven't checked into it. I guess you might be able to Google it or just go in and ask them. It's not something I've even thought about doing, actually. But I know that Rigid is a really well-made vacuum, and the 2-in-1, like I said, it has that built-in leaf blower. The motor pops right out and works really good on that. All right, so hey, Ray Z, seriously, why don't you come up here, man? You can scroll up and get the link. Kenneth, the Kentucky famous fam, is in the house. Or he left the house, one of the two. Yeah, we only have 2 in the chat. So, Brandon, are you still here? Or is Share Bright Light still here? Who's here? Who's in the house? Who's in the house? Oh, Ray. Have you seen my lamp? Like firewood, bro. I turned into a lamp. Isn't that cool? built you. Kind of cool. Show my messy table though. Anyways, I built that lamp a few years ago. I've sold a few of these lamps. Sold a few of those. That's polyurethane I finished it off with. Kind of cool, huh? Could see. Yeah, I have a few of them. I've sold a few of them, and I'd seen about this much of one before I made it. And it was in a movie, and I just saw just the upper portion of it, you know. And I went, "Hey, I can make one. That's a firewood lamp or a rustic lamp right there. I know what that is." And I only saw, like I said, I only saw about, whoops, I'm trying to get the right position here. I'm not, okay, I only saw so much of this lamp at the top, and I was able to put it together. It just made sense, you know. Some things you just see something, a little bit of it, and you know. And I never thought about it ever. And so those are pretty simple to make. But anyways, you don't want to come up on my panel here. I've got StreamYard, iRay. Termites would eat it more. Yeah. Well, there are some there are some there were some bugs that kind of ate around a little bit, but whoa, dropping my camera here, flipping this around. But they didn't do much damage. A little bit. It didn't do much damage. It makes it look kind of cool, I think. That fly. Gonna flip that fly. Lowe's is 150 miles. What? Wow. How far off the mainland are you? Are you pretty far out of the mainland? I know there's what, 3, 4 different islands or something. And I guess Maui must be like, is that the big island? Is that Maui? I really don't know much about Hawaii. I just have known people that have gone there and they've talked about the big island. They mentioned Maui. But other than that, I don't really know anything about it. I've never been. But maybe one of these days. I'm not, well, I don't know. I'm hoping maybe one of these days. But 8 islands. Okay. Okay. I didn't know. And then what's the big island? What everybody calls the big island? Is that Maui or is that another one? Are you with me there, iRay? Can you? Are you still with me here, iRay? What island is considered the big island? Okay, and you must have stepped away from the phone. Oh, there you are. It's the biggest island, and that's the one that the lava flows. Oh, so the lava makes it even bigger. Not funny. Um, is that the one that you had problems on here last year? I think it was. I have to assume it was. And is that Maui? Yeah, I really, seriously, I really don't know. Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's kind of scary. That's for sure. For sure. So, do you surf, or how long has it been since you've surfed? I'm assuming if you live in Hawaii, you surf. I used to surf, and I'm from right here. As a teenager, I was learning how to surf. I had a 6 foot board, maybe 6.5, I think, as a teenager that I was learning on. Did a lot of body surfing before that, a whole lot, shooting the tubes. My profile pic is lava. Well, I can't really, I'll have to go to your channel. I'm zooming in. Oh, that is. It sure is. Now that you pointed that out, I wouldn't have known what I was looking at, but I see it. Wow. Now, is that a picture that you personally took? You was that close where you was able to zoom in and get that shot, or is that just a picture that you were able to, pull off the internet or something? 2018. Cool. Wow. So if you're 150 miles away from a Lowe's, um, does that mean you're out in the jungle, or that just means the island you're on is that far off? I mean, it's that far away from. Is it on the same island is what I'm asking, or is it on a different island? And I'm assuming that would be on Maui, being the biggest island, I would assume. As far as surfing, did you used to surf? Do you still surf? Um, did you start out on a board as a child, or did you jump right into body surfing, or did you have no interest? Taken from your backyard. What? That's too close for comfort, my friend. My brother from another mother. That is too close from your backyard. That's not funny. That is not funny. Wow. That's when you're praying, right? When you're really praying. Wow. Wow. Yeah, how far away was that when you took it? I mean, it had to be pretty close, I would think. Excuse me. Surf is junked up here. Gotta dodge lava rock. Huh? Surf is junked up here. Got to. Oh, really? You can't surf because of all the lava formations out in the ocean where you'd be surfing. Yeah, that doesn't work. That would be like coral around here. Um, well, it's not really coral as coral, but they have some areas here in the states where people surf. I've seen rocks and whatnot. I don't want to surf around that. The floor's got rugged, rocky terrain. You know, I've hit the bottom surfing. Get caught up and spinning and bouncing off the bottom of the ocean floor there. You know, I don't care if it's 4 foot deep or 6 foot deep. No, you don't want to be getting all tore up or seriously hurt. That's for sure. That was always in the sand, you know. How's the best surf? I don't know how to pronounce that island. I'm afraid to even try to pronounce that. That's Ohana. Am I pronouncing that right? Ohana? Ohanu? I know it's not Honolulu. Am I pronouncing that right? Ohanu? Ohanu. That's what I don't know. Is that right? Yeah, Honolulu. Yeah. But this OAHU. OAHU. OA OA who? OA who? I don't think that's right. Ah hua. I don't know. Are you laughing at me? If you're laughing, it's all good. I'm laughing at me too. So come up here, man. Hit my link so we can talk, man. Just scroll up, and tap on the link, and I can bring you up here, and you'll be on my screen over here somewhere, you know, and we could talk. So you say, okay, so it's OA, but I don't know how your alphabet, you know, your alphabet, I'm sure, is different than American. It has to be. But I see O is ah, and A is ah here, you know, like olive, you know, or apple. So it's ah. So I don't think that's right. Who? Oahu. Now it sounds like I'm speaking Indian. Oahu. But I'm sure I'm chopping it up, something terrible. So that's the island. Okay. So you're not going to come up on my up here on my panel. I'm probably going to put this video on standby. I'm not going to delete it, but I don't think when this is over, I'm just going to put it on unlisted, you know. Hold on, let me get out my magnifying glass. You just said I did. All right, I'm going to try it again. Hua. Hua? Come up on my panel, man. Come on, Ira. I can put my mug on here. You can put yours on here too. Your mug, you know, this is your mug right here. The mug shot, you know, the mug. All right. Who? Hua. Is it hua or who? Hua or who? Oahu. Oahu? Oahu. Oahu. Like that, right? Oahu. Who. My mug is scary. Well, come on, man. They don't point it at your mug. Point it at the ceiling. But come up here so you can tell me, how much I'm destroying as I flip my phone out of my hand. You're gonna hang loose. You're bailing out on me. You're bailing on me. Let's stick it up in the air. I can still hear you. See? It's all good, brother. It's all good. This is just hanging out and getting to know people, getting to know your Facebook, YouTube friends. And yeah, man, I appreciate you. You've been a part of my channel for a long time. I know you're not on here a lot, and I'm not live much anymore. My channel, I'm needing to make it more about home improvement, and that's why I changed my name. Because easy 2 tips and tricks of what? You know what I'm saying? The algorithm isn't picking it up like it should. And my channel, look at my channel. I know people that have had their channels as long as I have. They've got almost 6,000-7,000 subscribers, and YouTube wasn't giving me my subscribers. They would say in my analytics, "Oh, you've got 20 more subscribers. You got 10 more subscribers for the month." I wasn't getting them. They just was not giving them to me. I don't know what was going on. But after I changed my name to Home Improvement, I started getting subscribers again. So my channel should be much bigger, a lot, I should have quite a bit more, or a few more subscribers than what I have. But again, like I was saying, after I changed my name, they started crediting me the subscribers. They wasn't giving them to me up until recently. You got a wife. Well, I'm not saying put your wife on here. I said put you on here. Like I said, you can point it at the ceiling. You don't have to see your mug. If you, I don't know, maybe that's just an excuse. That's what I think it is, just an excuse. And let me see what this is saying. Comment tutor. I am more of a commentator. That was my education interfering, my education, because I is a student. I is. I have been to school. I have been to college. I have like 20 some credits of college credits actually. But you're more of a commentator. Well, come up here, Mr. Commentator. You can commentate. Come on, man. Do your stuff. Come on up here and commentate. Get that commentating going on. But all right. Now you said I had said I actually spoke your island name correctly, but I'm guessing. I don't know which is which. I don't know if it's a. There I go. Flipping my phone out of my hand. I don't know if it's hua or who, ahu, ahu, or ahua, ahu, oahu, ah, ahu. I'm not sure which one is which. All right, let's see what you just said. Wife might get mad. If you're being serious, okay, no problem if you're serious. But if you're just, I don't know, if you're serious about it, no problem. But if you're telling me a story, that's a different story. But no, if you're serious about the wife, then no, I get that. That I get. But yeah, I'm wanting to go live on this channel and talk about, home improvement. Have people come up here because I have StreamYard now, and talking about projects you've done, projects you want to do. Maybe you're not sure about what to do or how to go about it, or what you've done and what you figured out, and what you've learned from it, and what you might do differently, or or just discussing whatever project it is that you need to do or in the process of doing, or wanting to get started on, um, and just different things like that. Like I have a friend on a YouTube friend. He does forging. He makes knives and axes, and he'll take a big chunk of steel and he'll make like a sledgehammer, or a big hammer for pounding the steel, working his steel with. He'll take a big chunk of metal and create one. And, just have some conversations, have people on here where we're discussing, that type of thing, along with my home improvement projects. Like I was just shooting some texture the other day, and so I did a video of it. I'm going to be doing a part 2 or a day 2 on that, on this project I'm working on. I'm on texturing. The method that I would use for it, like I would shoot and use the texture and get the corners at the ceiling first, and then come down the inside corners, outside corners, bottom, and then once you get it all, mapped out, getting all your corners, top and bottom of the ceiling corners, inside corners on your walls, outside corners, then get everything in the middle, get the wall, work it from the top down. The reason I say top down, well, maybe you could work from the top down or the bottom up. It just that would really depend on preference. But if you worked it from the bottom up, see that as you're spraying your mud, and as your tank, starts to drop, it weighs less, and so when you got to spray overhead or above, there's less in it, and it's just easier to do for some people. For others, you just pick it up, start from the top, come down with it. It don't matter, it doesn't bother you. But for somebody that may not have the shoulder strength and it really bugs them, see if they did all their low stuff first and then work their way up to the top. By the time they got to the top, it would be a whole lot lighter and easier for them to handle, But that's what I mean about doing a live where we're talking about this kind of thing, just depending on the project, just different methods, different techniques, different ways of going about it, I may tackle a job and do it one way. You may tackle the same job but based on your knowledge, your understanding, your experiences, you may do it totally different. But the end results, are they the same? You know, is it secure? Is it reliable? You know, is it going to hold up? Is it going to stay strong? Um, you know, where's a weak link? If there's a weak link, that kind of thing. Smelting. Yeah, smelting would be cool. This friend of mine here on YouTube, I don't know if he does any smelting, but that's something I've also been interested in doing as well. You know, um, forging is a whole art. Metallurgy. That's understanding the structure of metal and what it takes to work it, you know, and its different properties of how it's going to react to heat, how it's going to react as it's cooling. It's the science of metallurgy. And to smelt, um, again, is that something that would go hand in hand with the forging, where you have to, you know, you would, person that does this, you would have to develop this knowledge and understanding of how it, when it cools off, is it going to be brittle? Is it going to be pliable? Is it, you know, what state, what condition is that steel going to be in when it is cold and it's hard? You know, understanding the sciences of metal really make a big difference, as well as what you mix into it. Whether you mix a little lead, whether you mix just, you know, maybe just iron, whether you go get some iron with a magnet and then add it into it with the steel, you know, to make it harder, um, you know, things like that. So more flexible, but it's understanding the science of what's in it and how it reacts to heat, and if it's mixed with certain metals, you know, how it's gonna conform to it, how it's gonna depart it, it's gonna play. You know, what role does that piece of substance, you know, do with the metal itself, and the overall molecular structure of the steel when it bonds and becomes one, as it cools. All this stuff is just like a whole education, big time within itself. Um, so it's a learning curve, you know. If you have somebody teaching, you're doing it, well, you're going to learn, you know. You'll be in that curve, the learning curve, and you'll find out what works, what don't work. And so, yeah, I would like to have, you know, some people on my channel here where we're talking about all this kind of stuff, you know, from carpentry to, you know, anything, you know, when it comes to building and creating, you know. I think that would make the live streams really interesting, and having people, you know, that do this kind of thing and discuss and share their knowledge and, you know, what they've learned. I think that would make for a really good stream and make it very interesting, you know. And so that's kind of my thoughts and what I'm wanting to do with this StreamYard. Because there's a lot you can do with StreamYard. You know, you could have I could have a another camera, another phone, and be playing one of my videos on my television, and it'll capture what's happening on the television, and yet because it's on another device, I can then bring it to this phone into StreamYard, and you'll see what's going on where I'm working, you know, on my video. Yet I'll be right here, be able to talk about it, and, you know, do some commentating. Let's see what you're saying. Folding and pounding. How many houses do you own? I have built one spec house. I have worked on many track homes. Started out with my dad as a teenager, working on housing tracts out here. I've been around the construction trade my whole life. Uncles were carpenters. Grandfather was a carpenter. Dad was a carpenter. I have a brother that was a carpenter. Another brother that was a welder, and a top-notch welder. And so, yeah, the pounding and folding, that's your Damascus. You where you meld the metals together, different metals, and heat them up, and then you're pounding and forging, shaping your knife or your sword, or a handle, even as far as that goes. Yeah. But that's a whole science. But there's lots on YouTube. There's so much knowledge available, and just almost everything. Oh, you're a carpenter. Just kidding. But what do you do, Ray? What's your specialty? Speaking of that, what's your specialty there, Ray? What is it that you do? Are you a fisherman? Do you hunt? Do you work in a factory? Are you retired? Oh, IP2 Fork. I'm sorry, IP2 Fork. Thank you for being here. So what do you do for fun? So who's all in the chat? Although I'm not seeing anybody here. Okay, Ray, IP2 Fork. Who's here in the chat? I'm not seeing anybody here. But big eyes you've got, Grandpa. That's kind of trippy looking. All right. Okay, 2 in the chat. There we are. All right. So, do I have any takers? IP2 Fork. Yes, God loves you too, my friend. Surely does. God is good. All the time. And all the time. Can you finish that sentence? God is good all the time. All the time. You're loving it. There we go. Hold on. There we go. I'm trying to keep it straight. Try to keep it straight. Makes you look like an old man up here, don't it? Look like a frog. Look like a frog's eye. Hold on, let me get this right. Look like a frog's eye right here. Tree frog. Looks like a tree frog's eye, don't it? Oh, you're retired now. Okay, well, what is it you used to do, Ray? It's getting tired, man. I'm getting silly. It's getting stupid. But it's all good. You know, it's life without a little bit of stupidness. Now, before, as a Christian, you'd have to be drunk or something to be acting up like that. Today, not drinking, not doing no drugs, I can act up like that and sober as the day is long. That's a difference Jesus makes in your life. It's all good. Okay, so retired from what? What is it you used to do there, Ray? What's your specialty, bro? My specialty, mine is woodworking. I really like doing staircases. Really enjoy doing them. I like the challenge. I won't engage. That guy's not a troll. I've seen him here on my channel. He's not a troll. And if he was, he's a nice troll, right? So it's all good. But no, he's not a troll. He's been on my channel before. He's got comments. Or should I say this person? I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's a guy. It might be a girl. I'm trying to see the icon. Actually, is what I'm trying to do in all seriousness. I can't quite make it out. Let me see if I can enlarge it. Oh, it's a fork. That's a fork. A IP fork. Oh, he's not here. I don't think. He might be. I was going to say I've made some wooden forks. I have some videos on making wooden forks. You're going to tell him if you haven't seen it. Okay, Ray. I was hoping you'd be able that you'd come up here and tell me how to pronounce the island. As I really do. I like to learn, and to say it correctly. And I'm thinking that's a Hawaiian pronunciation. And I believe you're Hawaiian. That's what I think. I don't want to chew up your native language. To pronounce it properly is important to me. So I was being serious about that. But since you're not able to do that at this present time, tell me what were you doing for work? What was your specialty? I don't care if you worked in a factory. I don't care if you was digging a ditch. I don't care. I just curious. I've had my share of digging ditches, breaking up concrete with the sledgehammer. I know what it is to work hard, brother. I'm talking breaking up a concrete slab like to a house with a sledgehammer. Breaking up a concrete driveway with a sledgehammer. I know what it is to work hard. I grew up working hard, my brother, my friend. As a teenager, working with my dad, carrying the lumber, bringing it to the house so he could frame or put the roof on the house, or the framing part of the roof structure. I'd be putting all that material up here on my shoulder, man, carrying it like literally like this, you know, 5, 6 pieces of 2x10s or 2x12s, 3 or 4 at a time of those 2x4s, 6, 8 of them, you know. They're light enough, just kind of awkward. I know what it is to be working hard, but I also know what it is to work on a staircase. That's you got all these angles and all these different positions for the handrail and the, you know, to go up and all these turns and whatnot and drop downs and different animal. Then you're thinking here, you know, you're working hard. Let me tell you, challenging. But that's the beauty of it, the challenge. And see this beautiful staircase when you're all done. You know, that's rewarding. So that's what I'm saying. I don't care what you've done. I don't care if you worked in a factory. I'm just curious. Or if you don't want to share, that's you know, you can get your prerogative. I'm just curious. You know, I don't care if you're a professional crapper. You know, just curious. Because I was thinking maybe we could have you up here and you could talk about what your specialty is, you know, what you know the best. Just sharing knowledge, sharing information, you know. We all have something to share. There's things we all know that we can share. May help somebody else out, you know. That's why I started this channel. If you remember telling my story back in the day, a few years ago, I started this channel because I was looking for videos on how to cut tile, how to install tile. I didn't know much about tile at all. And I spent hours trying to learn about how to cut tile, how to install tile, how to mix drywall mud, listen to that. How to mix drywall mud, yeah, and tile. That would be a big mistake. How to mix thin set for your tile, you know, didn't want to make any mistakes. And once I started learning, and the tile guys at that time, they weren't showing you much. They weren't showing you much at all. And if they did show you, they were way back here, you know, showing you what they're doing. You can't see what they're doing. You have no clue what they're doing, really, because you can't see it. So when I started learning, I'm like, all right, you're going to like me now because I'm going to show everything I'm doing up close and personal, man. You're going to see what I'm doing. You're going to understand what to do when you leave my channel. And that's what I started doing. And then I'm going, you know, I've got other skills. I've got other knowledge. There's lots of stuff I can share. And that's what I've been doing. You know, nowadays, the tile guys, big new were and that's what they started what they were doing. They started teaching telling it. And now is about how to tile. It was very little, you know. But we all have something to teach. Help someone else. Okay. All right. I love your Home Depot video. Oh, where I'm going through with the with my mask and telling people if I'm coughing, or would you be concerned? Started making it mandatory. Really interesting. I keep losing signal, but yeah, name a job, I probably have did it. All right. Well, maybe you can come up here one of these days. We can plan it or something, and you can share some of the things you've done that you like to do that you like to share, your tips and tricks on. Seriously. Maybe do a video on something, that you can put on your channel. Maybe if you want, you know, because I know what it is to struggle. I know what it is to try to figure something out, and nobody telling you, nobody explaining it. You got to fight and wrestle, and you hope you're doing it right. You don't even, you're having to figure it out as you go. I know what that is. And so that's the other reason. Once I saw that these guys, I don't like the lighting I'm getting. Um, that's why, what motivated me to do my channel the way I do it. Because like I said, when I first started this channel, guys with the tiling skills, they weren't telling you nothing hardly. They'd show you the beginning of their video, they show you the middle of their video, they'd show you a really nice finished project, bathroom, kitchen, floor, whatever, but you weren't learning how to do it. Not really. They'd show you a little bit here, they'd show you a little bit there, but they really wasn't showing you. And so anyways, I'm not going to repeat myself here like I just did, but that's what I mean. We all have something to share that can help someone out, and that's why I think if I can get some other guys on board to share their knowledge in a certain area or areas, there's wealth in a knowledge. There's a wealth of knowledge here to be shared. You get a few different people with different skill levels and sharing their knowledge. Lots to be learned. Lot to learn. And it benefits all. Benefits everybody. If I was still doing stairs, I'm not doing stairs. I would love to be videotaping stairs, because that's something these stair guys, like the tile guys, these stair guys aren't going to be showing you much about how to do it, how to find the angle of the staircase. If you don't know the angle on the staircase, how do you know? How do you find it out? Okay. Now, there are standard degrees of angles for the rake of that staircase, all right? Let me get my hand. You have a 36-degree angle, you have a 34-degree angle, okay? You have a 38-degree angle, but your most common is roughly about a 36-degree angle on your staircase, okay? Going up. Standards between 32, well, the average is between 32 and 36-degree angles going up. Okay, there is a 38, sometimes a 40, maybe. So there's standards of angles that you use, and then like on the staircase at the bottom of the run here, where you got the angle here at the bottom, what you do is you take your 2x4 and you lay it on the floor flat, and then you scribe along the angle of the bottom of the rake, and you cut that, and that sits flat on the floor at the angle. See, it'll sit flat. That's a trick. Trick of the trade to get it flat. How do you get it flat? Because it's up here on the point, right? Because it's running at an angle. Well, how do you get it to lay flat? Well, like I said, just take a 2x4, lay it on the ground, push it up against it, scribe it, cut it off, and bam, it sits flat all of a sudden, to the floor. But anyways, I'm just talking. So if I was doing stairs, I'd be sharing that information and showing you what to do, how to do it. But as my teacher said, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and it's always changing. There's always different things. But it really broadens your knowledge. Have you done any stairs, Ira? Speaking of, if you probably have done it, and have you worked on stairs at all? Put up any stairs? I would think maybe not, because that's not something most people deal with. But okay, probably did it. All right. Well, Ray, my friend, I'm really glad you dropped in, but I gotta get up. I can't wait to get up for church in the morning, and I gotta get up for that, or I need to be getting up for that. I don't know what time it is where you're at. I don't know what the hour difference is, but here in California, it's 11:02 in the evening. I'm assuming you're still here. It shows you're in the chat. Shows you're here anyway. So my friend, thank you for dropping in. It's always good to hear from you. It's always good to have you drop in. I may be going, like I say, live more often. I have a new Bible study channel. It's called Basic Bible Study 7. We only have one 30, maybe 45-second video where I'm telling a brief story that I'm going to have a Bible study on. But I only have this one little short up there at the moment, but that's Basic Bible Study 7. Just, that way I plan on going live on there too. I just got to get it kind of scheduled, Yeah, got a lot going on. So, all right, my friend. I have to assume maybe you have fallen asleep here. So I appreciate you hanging out and hanging in here with me, hanging loose. And so, all right, bro. If you can hear me, I appreciate you being here and your time. And again, it's always good to hear from you being here. Yep. Okay. All right, buddy. I guess I'm going to sign out. Thanks again. I'm glad to know you're still here. You're hearing me. But yeah, next time, have you come on up and you can commentate. But I would like to know how to pronounce that name of that island. You got me. Oahu or Hua, something like that. I'm thinking based on what you said. All right, I'm going to quit rambling here. I'm going to cut you loose. Bye for now. God bless. Be safe. Take care, bro. And it's always good to hear from you. You might want to check out my texturing video. It's like 5 minutes. Let me know what you think or how you would go about doing it. If you don't mind. Check out my texturing video and tell me what you'd be doing differently or how you'd or not the same. All right. Talk to you later. God bless. Bye for now. And I'm trying to close out. I'm fairly new at this. All right. RZ, so if you stop in and check out my texturing, let me know what you would do, how you'd do it, what you think. And I'll catch you on the rebound. All right, bro. Bye for now. Bye.